Hope all are doing safe. After a long time, I'm just making a new video where I had got some updates in order to help you out with the learning concept or learning curve. So, just wanted to go through few important things in terms of how we work in MNC companies or what are the do's and don'ts. Have covered everything in this Word document. Let me give you a better clarity, and it would definitely help you out when you are drafting an email or when you're working on any of the other concepts. This document or this particular session will definitely help. So please do watch this video till the end, and apart from that, do subscribe and support this video and forward it to your known colleagues or friend circle. The more you support, I would be even able to give more content regularly. If not, it would be really difficult in order to get that encouragement. So coming to this topic, before starting about the topic, I just wanted to give you a few clarity about this order management process, because there are certain domains like supply chain or procurement, or it might be a logistics department, or so this might help you out when, in case if you are seeing any openings in LinkedIn, so it would give a better idea what is this field all about. So order management is something where we are getting a request from the customers in terms of any uh, products. So where once we get a request via email, we would be a request will be raised and it will be captured, and a ticket will be raised, or a case number will get generated. So what happens is we will be capturing the order, what exactly, like order number will get generated once we process the case, and there will be a list of data which customer might be sending it to us. So we have to process it accordingly, and they would be mentioning in the request like what kind of request is that or how we have to work. So once we get that particular files or the document or the request, so we have to track it and we have to fulfill the customer orders. So we generate the orders in internal application, and before we do that generating an order, first we have to check if the customer is authorized for the particular request, whether if the records are matching, or if the details with our end and what the customer has provided in the internal data as well as the email, so it should get matched. If it is not matching, we have to ask the customer that there is an authorization scenario. If not, we can process the case accordingly what they have requested it. So the order management process begins when the order is placed, and it ends when the customer will be receiving the package. So once the order is generated, or if not, the quality audit will occur for the case, and then it will get shipped, or it will get eligible, or the customer request will get completed through a application. So this is just a basic overview, so that in case if you are attending any interviews in terms of the company which is matching with a data related or a storage related activities, so this might be helpful for you. So next is coming to this, I have mentioned three options here. So whenever we are processing a case, there are certain scenarios where you should not process it, or it might be for a, it should be processed by a different department. So every company or every process, sometimes they will have one notes column in the cases. So do check that necessary columns, whether if it is a government account, or if it is a US public sector, or if it is a federal account, or if only US citizens can only be processed the case. So if such kind of scenario, we have to transfer the case to the relevant team who can proceed further on that case. So be very careful where we can make a notes in notepad when we are processing a case. So it might be any department, just giving a similar scenario where we can go wrong, or if it is a pilot batch, or if might be a new process, if you have jumped from one process to another. So this might be helpful for you, and yeah, this video would definitely be helpful in case if you're jumping to a new process, or it is a refresher or additional knowledge if you are already working in the relevant department. And there are certain requests like account closure. So if a customer wants to go out of the company, or if they are not happy with the service, or if not they might not be happy with the charges which is too high, or they might have a competitor who might be giving a lesser amount, or the company might get closed, or if not, the the in charge of that company might have got changed, so they are planning to close the request. Or there are even scenarios where the company name can get changed, or it can get renovated, so account closure scenario might happen. And once they clear the payment, then we need a proof of that payment. Post that, a request can be raised for account closures. And initially, as the for the account closures, as the customer is already paying the money, so there won't be any additional charges like service charges or transportation charges when you're processing the case. If there are any other scenarios apart from closures when you're processing it, or when the customer is not going out of the company, then you might have the service charges according to the process which you are working. And apart from that, if a customer is asking a different queries, so you have to create a child case for the relevant department, so that the relevant department can, like as I told you here, do not work on these departments, so we can create one child case, or we can transfer it to a different department. And whenever we are working in any company, follow up of old cases or whatever is there in your queue has to be cleared on daily basis. It should not get delayed or taken for a long time, so it will lead to a go out of SLA. And coming to the address, in certain places, like it might be in US or Canada, so they will get an option called suit. So apart from the number 400 or 600, so you'll get suit 300 or suit 100. So try to update that properly. And sometimes people update it as STE. If not, you can, if the space is there in the options to update the address, you can mention it as suit. And apart from that, what else I can try to clarify you in this particular document is the authorization form. So as I told you initially, if the customer is not authorized, and we need a proof of that customer had given the request, or where we need to give an approval that he must be the authorized person in future, so they have to give a proof of a business card for verification by filling one particular form with their signature and their designations, so that we can go ahead with that approval after checking with the relevant reporting manager. So and the designations what they should have is a director level position or a senior AVP level. So this is one thing which you keep in mind. If in case, if behalf of customer, if someone is processing the request, or if the customer is sent but he is not having the access to give a request, so that point of time you have to ask the proof like the business card for verification purpose. And in the email, some request like where customers might mention like update this information or update this article or any relevant details, so try to make a note of it and update in that case when you are processing it. And meanwhile, if there are any fax numbers or phone numbers in signature column of the customer in the latest email, so try to update it in our internal records, including the name of the person in that order number, phone number, email ID, address, and where we can add the new shipping address which can be updated. And if it is a wrong phone number being updated, you can remove and put it as question mark. And yeah, don't leave the blank. If it is not available, you put it as question mark symbol. And apart from that, few more thing which I wanted to discuss is, whenever we are logging in 15 minutes prior of your login time. So also check if the quality audit which you have sent, or once the cases has been gone to a quality audit, check if there are any rework to be done or if any errors, so that we can prioritize and work on those cases. And next is, old cases should be cleared and follow-up should be done, and new cases also will get assigned whenever you're working in any company. So these things, definitely freshers, it will help you out. So please keep an eye, so that it would be very much helpful when you're doing the sample cases or live cases once you complete the training. And follow up dates. So whenever you are working on a case and when you are trying to finish or do a follow up on that case, there might be certain columns where you can update the follow up date of the date which you are doing the, if you are doing today a follow up, then tomorrow's date, or tomorrow's date, which is a working day, should be a follow up date. And if you are trying to contact a customer, it might be 2 days later, like you can keep the follow-up date. If it is internally, if you are waiting for any response, it can be the next day, next business day. And but only thing, it should not be a backdated. If you are working on one case, or once you log in, the case history should not have yesterday's date or day before yesterday's. So when you are going on a leave, sick leave, planned leave, try to be careful on all these follow-up dates, or whatever things which is important, where you have told the customer that you might be calling the customer on this particular day or time. So keep an eye on it. So this is what I have explained it already. So on priority, we have to complete and finish our queue. If not, the cases will get piled up in your bucket, and it's very difficult to clear once it is more than a level of cases. Next is, if customer is having a address as UK country, and but we are processing for the company which is for a US client, so we should not mention the UK address. So this we have to cross check with the manager before proceeding further on that case. And when we are processing a case, if we have a CSAT score where customer can give a negative or a positive option, that helps you to motivate or do a case in a positive way, where without an error. So that apart from quality check or internal quality check or external quality check, CSAT also helps us to motivate to do a case in a complete better way. Because anytime the case might get pulled and rechecked, how you have worked out, how you have worked on that case. And whenever we are drafting a mail to a customer, rather than typing or framing sentence, so the companies can make one option where a template is being arranged for the certain scenarios, rather than typing or making one draft of each and every new scenarios. So if whatever general scenario, when we are drafting, select, insert the template, edit necessary things, and with your company logo or whatever, the signature also, where it comes automatically. So if you do all those things, it will be easy for you to draft the mail and finish the case. Next is, whenever we are calling the customers, so it might be an outbound call, as you know. More, if even though if you are in non-voice, still there are certain chances you might have to speak with clients or customers or vendors. So make sure you have a track on whatever the numbers which you are calling in an Excel sheet, which is a shared tracker of the teammates, with the agent name, like your name, and the aging of the case, and what comments or what action has been done, whether the customer has picked and what have you spoken, or if it is a ringing no response, or, and if it, mostly in US, the call goes to a voicemail, so you can even leave a voicemail. And try to have a headset from the company if you are doing in work from office, because having a earphone is not recommended. If you are doing in home, it's not an issue, but it should be a peaceful environment. without any disturbance. So next is quiz. So whenever if you are trying to work in any firm, the trainer or a manager can conduct or ask any questions in the team, in your Teams or in your Skype, or it might be in a daily call where they can ask some questions, and let us see whether if who replies correctly or in a better way, or we'll get to know the updates regularly. So a quiz can be conducted by the management. And yeah, whenever we are closing a case after sending a mail to a customer, so whether we have to update the request properly, whether it is resolved status or cancelled, or whether we are waiting for an internal response, or it might be a follow-up we are waiting from that anyone from the customers, and mention our team name clearly so that we'll get to know that who has worked on that case. So this option should be there whenever we are closing the case, whether it is in which status. Next is check if necessary attachment is attached. Okay, so whenever the main purpose when we draft is most of the time we'll be sending an Excel attachment or any important PDF. So first check the attachment, check the addressing a person. If the customer name is John Paul, address only as hello John, no hello John Paul and all. So don't use the complete name, don't use last name, just use the first name, that is enough. And also check the framing the sentence, and font also have to be checked, and if the words are framed properly. So all these things has to be checked, and then you should have draft, because once you draft you don't have the edit option. Replying a customer, so mostly whenever you're replying a customer, do reply all, because most of the people or a few certain scenarios people will be marked in CC, so it will get automatically copied. Or if they have given a request and they have told to add few people in the initial email, add them in the CC. Next, coming to the Excel type, Excel, so pivot table is very much important when we are aware about it. It might help anytime when we are collating or trying to assign the case, or it might be EOD report, or finding out how much cases you have done, or so. So select that particular complete Excel, and also click on the pivot option, and you will get the option in the right side like rows. Here rows and columns you will get it. So add the necessary things in the rows and columns, then add the value, and select the design subtotal, and you can do the option like do not show subtotal, and change the report layout tabular, and then click on the tabular form, so that the pivot table will look complete, crisp and clear. And if you want to know the duplicate data in the Excel, if there are two rows which has the list of order numbers or any uh, case IDs, so if you want to know the duplicate, select that particular two tables, and click on the conditional formatting in Excel, and then click on highlight cell rules, then duplicate values. Then if you click on the, so that you will get to know the duplicate options. And if you need to click on a column row, so we have to click on, so this is different, to click on a column row. If there are rows which are very zigzag, when you are not able to copy it properly, so at that particular time, so you can click on select data, text to column, fixed wide, and click on next, then again click on finish. So you will be able to get the data in a proper order. The numbers or the order number, it will be in a proper. If it is in uh, if it is in like this option, it might come in the down vertical option. Like if it is in a row option, it might be in a vertical, it would be in a proper vertical option when you are copy pasting it. And in few companies, when you are canceling a case, there are scenarios where we need an approval from the manager, so cross check that as well if you have that scenarios. and update the details. As I already told, recheck the details, update the phone number, fax number, address, mail ID, suit number, everything which is matching properly when the request is raised. And this is one thing which is much needed. When you get a pop-up in your office laptop to change your system password, when you are getting in the last 2 or 3 days, change it immediately. Not compulsion that we have to save when you are getting that pop-up or email in 30 days reminder. Last 3 days you can change, and in case if you're not changing it, there are certain scenarios in certain companies you might not have an option to, if the old password gets expired. So try to change accordingly. And whenever you're doing work from home option, so it's better to have a Zoom meet or Teams link. You can join in office as well with your manager or quality analyst or with your colleagues, so that if any doubts you can ask in that same call, and you can keep in mute whenever you're not in, when you're processing the case. And whatever new scenarios, just note down in notepad everything, so that it would be helpful for you with all the shortcuts on the cases. Or if you feel okay, you can use book. If not, you can make that notes in Word or Excel or notepad. And now coming to the QA notes, I think we are coming to the end of this video. So once QA is done, so most probably if you would have seen, like, many people audit the case, so from the quality team, so they used to check if any errors are there. So a QA form, or what should be there, this is just for a general knowledge purpose. So when a QA form or QA things are filled, so it should have a date of audit, when the audit has been done, which location we are working, like Bangalore or Hyderabad, and who is our auditor, and what is the case number which they are auditing, and case owner, which is our name who are processing the case, and the customer name, and whether if instructions on the case was followed, and what are the error on that case, or what corrections has to be made. So they will be updating that, and acknowledgement will be there. So these are the things which you will be getting it in quality, in case if quality audit is done. So every company quality audit, it's different, but this is a basic step which few companies might do. Now let's go for email, replying a customer with the proper information, or to make them feel better on our communication or how we manage. I have covered this in October 2023, I believe. So in replying mails, so this is simply completely new. So listen carefully and make a note if you want. So we can use the words with customers like, thank you for your prompt attention to this matter. So I have given few things in short forms. You don't use short forms with the customers, just to FYI for your details. Next is, I just want to do a follow up on my previous email regarding XYZ. I completely understand that things can get busy. I just wanted to check in to see if you had a chance to review it. So this is when a follow up can be done. And you can also contact, like, thank you for contacting XYZ company. And you can also use awaiting for your prompt response on this matter if you are looking for a response. And if you're not getting a reply from the customer or anything, just you can reply to that email, like post 2 days again, by with a template of which where you're awaiting for a below response, or whatever font you can use it. And you can also use a sentence like, thank you for being a valued XYZ customer. So you can put your client or company name here, the main thing which we use in office. We are sorry for the inconvenience. So this word can definitely, it helps when you have done a mistake, or if you are taking the case along, or if any issues happen, so this word will be better. And Yeah, this is one more thing. I apologize once again for any inconvenience this may have caused, and I look forward to an opportunity to assist you further. I am more than willing to arrange a call back at a time that is convenient for you. Kindly let me know your availability and I will do my best to accommodate. So these are the ways where we can try to impress the customer or try to interact with them in the email. I truly appreciate your time and efforts on this. Looking forward to hearing from you when you get the chance. Please take a moment to review the email below and let us know to proceed with the request. If you have any questions, please reply to this. Yeah, please reply to this email or call us at the toll free number or whatever it is. Then could you please let me know what is a convenient time for us to reach out to you? So what happens mostly customers when you are trying to reach out in US time, so they might be not available. So you can even mention in the email what time they are available so that you can call them accordingly. Or you can also use certain sentence like this is a different scenario. Hello Daniel, thank you for your patience and giving us the opportunity to work on your request. I also apologize for the delay in responding back to you. Looking forward to hearing from you. Hi John, thank you for your time and it was nice talking to you. So once we had a call and when you're replying a mail you can use this word. And then as per our conversation, we are looking forward your response XYZ. So this video has some lot of different information and I have covered each and everything which I can try to give you a better clarity. So please do make a note or it will definitely help you in your process where you can also circulate it to your colleagues who are lacking or who might be slow in doing case or who might be newly joined in a team, or if you have a friends who are freshers who are interested in banking or finance domain, anything, any company, this material will help or this video will help. So I hope this video is interesting and something new after a long time, and it's nice to interact with you all. So it was a delay because I had purchased a new laptop recently. So where my old laptop was not working and I had some issues with internet service as well. So due to that, and also I didn't get a proper content. So after two or 3 months, I believe I'm uploading this video. So in case if I get any other new scenarios, definitely I will cover it in the particular session. Thank you all for watching it, and as I already requested, do subscribe and share it to as much as people, and let me know the feedback also in comment section so that I can get a clarity whether you're able to see my screen properly or whether you're able to understand the topics or is it worth enough, or if any other topics which can be covered. So anything you can comment, I will reply to you on priority or once I'm free. Thank you all for watching this video.